Hello everyone and welcome to Blog Runner Everything, and welcome back to the channel and the match review as we look at how Barcelona disappointingly dropped more points at home in La Liga. As we had discussed in the preview, Messi sat this game out to allow him to nurse an ankle injury that he had suffered. With that being the case, it fell to Griezmann to fill in Messi's boots and try and guide Barcelona to what should have been a routine win. So in this video, we'll quickly look at how the teams lined up, then we'll talk about Barcelona's performance on the night, and we'll discuss negatives and positives from the game, as well as pick the man of the match. A quick reminder, as always, to hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying this video so you can stay up to date with all the coverage of all things Barcelona on this channel. So, the spoils were shared between Barcelona and Eibar after goals from Kike and Ousmane Dembele. The result sees Barcelona drop back to 6th in the league standings. A win could have in fact seen Barca go all the way up to 3rd, but instead we're 6th, and yeah. Let's go ahead and look at how the two teams set up, because the selections from both managers deviated quite a bit from what we were expecting. Barcelona set up with a 3-4-2-1 with Ter Stegen, Clément Lenglet, Ronald Araujo, Oscar Mingueza, Junior Firpo, Serginho Dest, Miralem Pjanic, Frenkie de Jong, Pedri, Martin Braithwaite and Antoine Griezmann. Koeman once again selected a strong team, and honestly I don't think there's anyone who could have had any complaints about this team. It was always just going to be about, let's see how these players go and perform out there, let's see if they can deliver, which, well, we'll get to looking at closer. Eibar set up with the following players in a 4-2-3-1, Mitrovic in goal, Alejandro Pozzo at right back, Esteban Burgos centre back next to Pedro Bigas and Rafa Suarez down the left. Edu Exposito and Sergio Alvarez formed a double pivot, with Damian Kajor, Papakuli Diop and Takashi Inoue making that three of attacking midfielders, and of course Kike leading the line. Let's now briefly look at how Barcelona performed in this game. Barcelona squandered a golden opportunity to take an 8th-minute lead, with Braithwaite dragging his spot kick wide after the referee Javier Arberola Rojas had used the pitchside monitor to penalize Pedro Bigas for what was a foul on Ronald Araujo. The Den thought he had made amends shortly after the midway point of the first half, but his cool strike from Junior Firpo's cross was ruled out by VAR for offside, and, well, I guess correctly so as well. Antoine Griezmann then pulled an effort wide from outside the penalty area as Barca went in at the interval, having just had a solitary shot on target. Ousmane Dembele then came on as a halftime substitute, and he was straight into the thick of things as he, along with Miralem Pjanic, flashed strikes wide of the goalkeeper's post in the early stages of the second half. And Ousmane Dembele was then later on denied by Marko Dimitrovic, after he had been played through one-on-one by Pedri, and he just could not get his shot past Mitrovic. And from the save, as Barcelona were trying to, recycle the ball and to restart their attack, they had a bit of a moment of madness from Ronald Araujo, who had his pockets picked by Kike inside the Barca half, and after running for most of the length of the field, Kike was able to coolly slot past Marc-Andre ter Stegen for his 5th goal of the campaign, and to give Eibar a lead that came very much against the run of play. Dembele, though, then finally got the better of Dimitrovic in the 67th minute after he fired home at the back post from another wonderful cross into the box by Junior Firpo, who had a pretty good game down that left-hand side. Francisco Trincao then later on in the match got a chance after being played through by Ousmane Dembele, and fortunately his shot was just wide of the right-hand post of Dimitrovic, and ultimately 1-1 is how the game ended. So we can then move on to my negatives and positives. For my negatives, there's really only one place to start, and that's with the most redundant lamentation of my every match review. Yes, wasting chances. Players like Griezmann and Braithwaite have no business wasting chances that your 15-year-old nephew will be scoring for his high school soccer team. And I don't know, guys, do we have professional footballers on this team or not? Let's put the chances away. Second negative was, of course, another defensive lapse. Once again, we saw Barca give their opponents yet another easy goal due to a defensive error. And much like in the Valencia game, I said I wouldn't put the blame on Mingueza for his error. Similarly, will not put the blame on Araujo for his error, being that he's still such a young player and you expect that young players will make mistakes. I will once again say, why are we putting young players in such positions when we should have the best possible players in that position for Barcelona so that things like that do not happen? Anyway, it was wonderful to see Araujo's response as well post-match. He came up and said, look, I made a mistake, I own up to that, and I'm going to have to step up. I can't be doing that anymore. And that's obviously, I guess, a silver lining as far as that is concerned. But what that does mean, though, with Kike's strike, it means that there was the fourth time this season alone that Barcelona have made an error that has led to a goal. And that is more than any other team in the league. Sit down and think about that. And that's not even counting the cheap penalties Barca have given away. So moving on from there, I will now talk positives, which for me there was really only one positive, and that was Pedri, Dembele, and Junior Firpo. Pedri was just, it was crazy watching an 18-year-old kid just know everything he's supposed to do. He knows where the ball is supposed to be, where he is supposed to be. He sees where his teammates are going to be, and we saw him create quite a few chances for his teammates. Like we said, he made that big chance for Dembele, and the equalizer eventually came from some wonderful work which he did in the build-up play with Coutinho. Shout out to Coutinho for playing his part in that. And yeah, Pedri then fed the ball to Firpo, who was another player who I think had quite a wonderful match here. He's probably going to be making comment thinking of keeping this system with the fullbacks, because playing as that left wing back, he was pretty good today, and I think he was basically better than everyone else other than Pedri, I think, for Barcelona. And of course, the other positive in this one positive, Ousmane Dembele. We said that he could be back, and we said that if he does come back, then he could be one to watch in this match, and he proved just that, coming on and grabbing an equalizer for Barcelona, looking the most dangerous really. He only played, get this, alright, Ousmane Dembele was only on the pitch for no less than 45 minutes. But despite that, his goal came from one of only 3 shots, which was the most taken by any Barcelona player, while also making a game high 4 key passes. Alright, so he topped for shots, he topped for key passes, and that was after only playing 45 minutes, which I think is like, start this guy the next game. Please, I don't even want to waste time with these clowns like Griezmann or Coutinho. You guys need to go somewhere and figure out your lives, then come back and play football. Okay, with that, I'll talk about my man of the match. So like I said in the preview, if Eibar were going to get anything out of this game, they would need to keep things tight at the back, and well, they did anything but that, and ultimately owed the outcome to Barca's wasteful finishing. The outcome of this match was definitely more because Barca just could not take their chances. With that in mind, my man of the match came from Barcelona, and that was Junior Firpo. He could have ended with 2 assists tonight, filling in for Jordi Alba. It's not so easy when you consider the Catalans' attacking output, but Firpo looked every bit up for it today, and he totally owned that left flank, and I think was very deserving to be named man of the match. That just about does it for my match review. What are your thoughts on the game? What do you think were the game changes? Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Blog Runner Everything for more content. Have a great day. Forza Barca.